Now, while it's kind of true that it went DC-3s or C-47 Skytrains to Hercules, and then Hercules have been pretty much it for most of the 20th century, and now it's, you know, moved on. Wasn't all of it, because this is the Armstrong Whitworth Argossy, also known as the Whistling Wheelbarrow, and this for a while was also quite heavily featured as the RAF's choice of transport aircraft, and with fairly good reason. And it's called the Whistling Wheelbarrow partly because of these two great big tail booms. So it's got twin tail booms instead of having a single tail boom. And the reason for that was it meant that you could then open the entire back up, and the level on it was this level of a standard loading bay. So you could reverse a 4-ton lorry right up to it and just wheel things directly in, on and off onto the aircraft. So it meant that you could basically fly this in somewhere and it was its own loading bay. You didn't need to have any kind of specialist loading gear. You could just drive a truck up to it. And the other reason it's called a Whistling Wheelbarrow is on the other end of this tail boom, right at the front, is a Rolls-Royce Dart engine, and that Dart engine was a turboprop engine that had a particularly high-pitched whine to it, which meant that these things had quite a distinct sound. And yeah, that's why they became known as whistling wheelbarrows, because it looks like a wheelbarrow, carries a load of stuff, and it whistles as it works. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, well, that was a bit of a short video, you just talked about it being a wheelbarrow, that's because you're watching on Reels or you're watching on TikTok. And the full video is linked in the usual places, because certain social media channels have decided to kill my reach on long form content, and other ones seem to still support it. So if you want to watch the fuller versions, I have to now try and incentivize you to go and watch them in the usual places. So if you want a bit more in depth on the Argossy and you want to have a look inside the cockpit and all that kind of stuff, then you'll have to go and have a look at the full video.